Hey, this is day two. This is the second video I'm recording. This is basically me bringing reflections I've thought and things I've researched on the computer, on the internet or something, to prove to myself that I can do something I don't really want to. So that's a thing. And well, if this gets better, I'll be, how can I say this? I'll be a better speaker, but in any ways, I don't end up losing by doing this. Um, Today, I want to talk about self knowledge. Yesterday, I talked about confidence. Yeah, this I was, and kind of am an insecure guy in a certain way, and I was researching about self awareness and self consciousness. Yes, self awareness and self consciousness, and as well in God's perspective. There's a song from a movie called "See Through Heaven's Eyes," which is one of the topics we're gonna get into today. But self-awareness, I mean self-knowledge, is something that is extremely important because if I don't know how to deal with myself, if I don't know myself, how will I be able to deal with others? How will I be able to help my neighbor? Like if I don't know my emotions, how can I help you with your like emotions? Like some people just vanish, and some people don't know why they do their actions, why they ask certain questions, why they feel a certain way, and it's extremely important because a man who can control himself basically controls the world, because our world is what we see, what we sense. So if we can control ourselves, I have a reason to believe we can control our own worlds. So emotion, and talking about emotion, as human beings, we are emotional beings, right? Um, Even though we are animals, like mammals, who've evolved to think and to resonate. I think that's how you say it. To get reason behind things. We are essentially emotional creatures, like every animal. When an animal feels angry, animal hits the other animal. Animal doesn't think about his actions, and we are mammals in our essence. Our flesh is a mammal flesh. So emotion is a thing we need to be aware of. Some people take actions based on emotions. Some people kill themselves based on emotions. Some people hate on others, talk random bullshit. Sorry, based on emotions. So emotions. If I know my emotions, if I'm aware of them, I can be aware of the world around me, of the people around me, because the most important of things we have are people, because we do have limited time, but people are the same thing in our species, and the whole point of life is found in other people. That's my perspective. So emotion. So knowing my emotions, like I'm feeling a certain way, like I don't know, procrastinating and whatever, because well, it's 1 p.m. now. I should have recorded this video like 4 hours ago. Since I'm in my college vacation, I think that's how I say it, vacation, college break, on July. But the point is, emotion. When we are aware of our emotions, and how we get aware of our emotions. But the point is, when we are aware of our emotions, we can name them and we can work with them. Since we are emotional creatures, if we have control over our emotions, or awareness of our emotions, we can take action based or against them to be productive. It's like being a superhuman. Because emotions are the core of our human beings, right? So being aware of our emotions is good. Like some people, they have walls, brick walls, when they're talking about emotions and thoughts and whatever, because they can't name stuff. So one thing I like to do is to reflect. stop, a quick second stop. And when I'm about to take an action, when I'm about to say something, when I'm about to do other thing, I'm like, hey, what am I feeling? Exactly what am I feeling? Not why I'm feeling, what am I feeling? I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling sadness. I'm feeling happiness. I'm feeling excitement. Now, why am I feeling that? What's the reason behind it? What happened to get me to feel that way? You know, because emotions are moment things. You know, like they vanish eventually. So if we take actions and based like great decisions and great conversations solely on emotions without the awareness of them, we might do something wrong and regret it later. So yeah, being aware of our emotions, what we're feeling and why we're feeling. Okay, and that goes to the next step, which is intellectual awareness. Intellectual awareness, which is my thoughts, which is related to my thoughts. Like here, for me to ask myself and to put it out, writing or speaking, recording or telling someone, how am I thinking and what am I thinking? Because most people, they instead of showing, instead of releasing that, they just react to stuff. So I have a thought, that thought kind of molds my emotions, and based on that, I react to it instead of being aware of my thoughts. That's the thing. That some people, they like avoidant people. They have thoughts, they have emotions, and they say, "Oh shit, I don't know how to deal with that," and they just vanish. They go under a rock and just disappear. Or some other people, anxious people, they suffer literally, as well as avoidant people. And anyone actually, just putting labels on people. But when we are aware of our emotions and our thoughts, we can work with them or against them if it's taking a bad turn. We can be aware, but to be aware of our thoughts and our emotions, we need to have a wiser perspective than our own. And who's more wise than us and who knows us better than we do? For me, I think it's the Holy Spirit who lives within me. Yeah, Jesus Christ again. So, spiritual awareness, that's the thing. I don't need to be emotionally aware or intellectually aware yet to be spiritually aware, and that's great because once I'm spiritually aware, I can be emotional aware and intellectual aware, because the one who has more wisdom than us, the one who knows every single hair strand we have, he knows how many hair strands we have, he knew us before we were even born, and the one who's aware of our essence, of our being, beyond our actions, the one who loves us, who sees us through heaven's eyes, and that's being spiritually aware. So let's do this in this order. First, spiritually aware, then emotionally aware, and then intellectually aware. There's another thing, which is soul. My soul, solely aware. I don't know if there's a word for that, but the point is, we do have a soul, and that's what I do believe. Our will to do things comes from our soul, and we are flesh, soul, and mind. I think that's how we can deal with that. But the point is, our soul, our spirit, in a certain way, is like our essence. and we need to be aware of who we are, of our essence, and we circle back to God again, because He knows our essence, He knows our souls, and He's the one who tells us that we are loving creatures and we are His sons, and what we are, no matter what people say about us, so let's try to be spiritually aware. Talk to God. If you don't believe Him, well, it's okay, but get in a prayer position, and if that God isn't real, well, pray to this unreal God and see if anything comes out. Because maybe, just maybe, taking that first step will, one, prove that you are right, or maybe something great will happen and you understand why life is so beautiful. So, wrapping up, spiritually aware, aware of our souls, emotionally aware, and then intellectually aware. Okay? Because if we are good in those things, we actually have a last one, which is like aware of our own strength, our own bodies. But that's some people only focus on this and they forget everything else. But the point is, once we are aware of those things, we know ourselves, we won't need validation from other people, and we will be able to help other people. So if I can take care of my own emotions, I will know how to help my friend who's having bad emotions, and that's the beautiful part of it. If I'm good with myself, I can be good with others, and if everybody's good with themselves, the world is a better place. So that's it. I got to the end of today's reflection. I'm gonna post it, and thank you for being here. This camera, I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this, but yeah, self-awareness is good. Now, self-consciousness, not that good, because self-consciousness leads to self-hatred, anxiety, and etc. Maybe I can talk about that in another video, because this video is already 12 minutes and 30 seconds long. So bye bye. Thank you.